If statement. If the condition inside this parenthesis is true, then this block of code will get executed. Use the keyword if. Inside the parenthesis, I type the equation b greater than a. If this equation is true, then the upcoming block of code will get executed. In cout statement, I have typed b is big. If this equation is true, then this block of code will get executed. Here I have mentioned a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 9. B greater than A is true, so this block of code will get executed. So it says B is big. If else statement. If the condition inside this parenthesis is true, then this block of code will get executed. If the condition is false, then the else part will get executed. Let me declare an integer variable age. Here in the cout statement, I instruct the user to enter his age. In cin statement, I will get the age of the user. I use extraction operator and I type the variable age, end it with semicolon. If inside parenthesis, if the age is greater than 18, then print you are eligible to vote. End it with semicolon. If this condition is false, then execute the else block. In else block, I say cout. Let me save the code and run it. So let me enter the age as 23. It says you are eligible. Now I enter the age as 12. It says you are not eligible to vote. Before seeing about else if statement, let us see about logical operator. Here we have three type of logical operator, or, and, not. Or and operator are used to check two equations. In or operator, if any one of the equation is true, then it will return true. In and operator, the two equation must be true, then only it return true. Not operator just invert the result. If it is true, it will return as false. If it is false, it will return as true. Here I have declared three variables, a is equal to 9, b is equal to 10 and c is equal to 12. In the first set of equations, a greater than b is false and a greater than c is false. If I use or operator, so both the equation is false, so it returns false. Or operator just do addition of two results. 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. False plus false is equal to false. In the second case, we have b greater than a, which is true, b greater than c, which is true. Our operator wants any one of the condition to be true. So it will return true. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, which is true. In third equation, both the conditions are true. So 1 plus 1 is equal to true. So it will return true. In AND operator, the two condition must be true. First, 0, 0 is false, so it will return as false. In AND operator, it just do mathematical multiplication of two conditions. Here in the second case, we have b greater than a is true and b greater than c is false. So 1 into 0 is 0, so it is false. In the third equation, both the condition is true, so 1 into 1 is equal to true, so it returns true. This is the syntax of else if statement. At first, we have if block, then we have else if block, and we can have n number of else if blocks, and finally we have else block. In the if block, the condition inside this parenthesis are checked. If it is true, then this block of code alone get executed. After executing this block, the compiler will go to the next part of the code. The other else if and else statement will not be executed. If the condition here is false, then it will check for the condition in else if block. If it is true, then this block of code will get executed. If this also false, then it will check the condition for next else if block. If it is true, then it will execute this block of code. If all the else if statement is false, then finally it will execute else block. Let us write a program to find biggest of three numbers using else if statement. I have declared three variables a, b and c, all are integers. In cout statement, I instruct the user to enter three numbers. Using cin statement, I will get input for three variables a, b and c. If inside the parenthesis, I type the first equation a greater than b and I am using AND operator, so it will check whether the two equation is true. If it is true, then the if block will get executed. And the second equation a greater than c. Using cout statement, I am printing first the variable a and I am saying the message is big. In else if, inside the parenthesis, I type b greater than a and I am using AND operator, b greater than c. If it is true, then it will execute this block of code. In the else part, I print using cout statement first variable c, then I print the message is big. So at first it checks whether the variable a is greater than b and variable a is greater than c. Here we are using AND operator. If these two equations are true, then it will return true here. So this block of code will get executed. If it is false, then it will check this block. If b greater than a and b greater than c, if these both equations are true, then it will execute this block of code. If these both equations are false, then definitely the variable c is big. So in the else part, I print c is big. So let me run this program. So let me enter three numbers. First I enter number 9, then I enter number 11, then I enter number 54. So it says 54 is big.
This is the syntax of switch statement. In variable, we can give any variable. Let me give a x. Let it be an integer variable. If let me get the input from the user. If the value of x I give as 1, it will execute this block of code. If I give the value of x as 2, it will execute this block of code, and so on up to the case n. We have up to 10 cases here. If I enter number 12 to x, it will execute this default block, and I get input from the user. I say enter choice to the user. I give three choice for user, which in entering the variable x, case 1, and I want to include semicolon after this case. I give brackets, and I define case 2. Just define each blocks. Now I have defined the switch statements. In default, I give enter the correct choice. Now let me run this code. It gives me three choice. Let me enter number 2 here. But you can see here it prints the case 2 block and case 3 block. So I want only this block to get executed. So how we can rectify this logical error? Now let me include break. Let me save the code and run it once again. So let me select CSE. So only the block in case 1 got executed. It says CPP for beginners, Python for beginners, data structure and algorithm using Python. Let me enter 2. It says machine learning, ML and automation. The below part is not get executed because we use break statement. So we will covering all these courses in our upcoming lectures.